we are deriving trapezoidal rule. So we saw in the first two intervals, sub-intervals. Okay. So the first answer was for the interval x0 to x1, the answer was h by 2 y0 plus y1. Second subinterval, the answer is h by 2, sorry, here I wrote by mistake h by 3. It is h by 2 y2 plus y1 plus y2, and then for the third subinterval x0 plus 2h to x0 plus 3h, it is h by 2 y2 plus y3. Can anyone tell me why the name trapezoidal is given to this? Do you find any resemblance in the trapezium and trapezoidal rule? Girls, I'm asking you something. Are you there? Riona.
Yes.
Riona, what we are finding? Definite integration means what? We are finding area under the curve, right?
Area under the curve, yes.
Yeah, and for that, what we are doing,
Yes,
we are
ma'am.
dividing all these, dividing the big interval into finite number of subintervals, and we are forming all possible trapeziums, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is area of trapezium? Can anyone tell me? Suppose this is the trapezium in front of you. These are the parallel lines A and B, and this is the height of trapezium. So what is area of trapezium?
H by 2 into A plus B.
Exactly, h by 2 into a plus b. It is height 1 upon 2 into height into sum of parallel sides, right? So these two are parallel
Yes,
sides.
ma'am.
Can you see, girls? These two are parallel sides. What is length of this side? Can anyone tell me what is length of this side? What is this point on the curve? How will you write the coordinates of this point? x कोऑर्डिनेट x नॉट है तो y कोऑर्डिनेट क्या है?
y नॉट.
इट इज y नॉट, मतलब यहाँ पे y नॉट है आपका y एक्सिस पे. एंड व्हाट इज दिस पॉइंट? x1 कॉमा y1, राइट? दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे y1 है. आर यू गेटिंग इट?
Yes.
So what is the length of this first smaller side? These two are parallel sides. So length of this side is y naught, right? Y naught plus what is length of this side? ये trapezium अगर मैं consider करूं, it is y1. Then half you are already getting, and h you are getting. What is h? H is nothing but x1 minus this is the height. तो ये ट्रेपेजियम आप ऐसा देखोगे तो हम एरिया ऑफ ट्रेपेजियम ही ढूंढ रहे हैं. गेटिंग इट? राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
सारे ट्रेपेजियम्स में बना रही हूँ और ऐसे सारे ट्रेपेजियम्स का एरिया अभी हम क्या करेंगे? ऐड करेंगे. ओके, सो हमने पहले 3 इंटरवल्स के लिए देखा है, सब इंटरवल्स के लिए. कैन यू जनरलाइज दिस नाउ फॉर द लास्ट सब इंटरवल? सिमिलरली, कैन यू जनरलाइज लास्ट सब इंटरवल कौन सा होगा? व्हाट वुड बी द लास्ट सब इंटरवल? यहाँ पे xn होगा,
N minus 1. N minus 1 xn.
By 2 y of n plus n minus
not
1.
plus n
Y
minus
of n
1
minus
h
1.
to x naught plus nh, right? x naught plus n minus 1 times h to
Yes,
x
ma'am.
plus nh by dx. और इसका आंसर क्या आएगा? h by 2 into bracket yn minus 1 plus y.
Y of x plus
yn
y of x plus
Yes,
minus
this is my in. Okay, this is my nth integration. Now we will add all of them. Have you written
Ma'am,
this?
but we go till n minus 1, no?
No. Vipashini, the last point is xn, na? So we will go up to this, na? This last interval. We will go up to the last interval, no? Like this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why we will leave the last interval? Have you finished writing this? Please tell me as you finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me go to the next page. So now adding all these. Adding all these. So left hand side also you have to consider. So we started with x naught plus x naught to x naught plus h y dx plus x naught plus h to x naught plus 2h y dx plus x naught plus 2h to x naught plus 3h y dx and plus so on up to x naught plus n minus 1 times h to x naught plus nh y dx is equal to h by 2 y naught plus y1 plus h by 2 y1 plus y2 plus h by 2 y2 plus y3 plus so on up to h by 2 into bracket yn minus 1 plus yn. Therefore, so can you tell me on the LHS what should I write now? How will you combine all these integrations on the LHS?
In.
No, it will be integration from x naught to ये continuous है देखो. This is continuous. यहाँ पे जो upper limit है वो यहाँ पे lower limit है.
It's not.
It is
From x
from
naught
x
plus
naught
nh
to x naught plus nh. Correct. Right? Are you getting it? So this will become the entire integration now. It will be right from x naught to x naught plus nh. Just a minute, girls. Let me put this on charging. Yes. So this will become the whole integration from the first point to the last point. And on the RHS, can you simplify it now? On the RHS, what do you observe?
h by 2 is common for all.
H by 2 is common for all. Inside, which ordinates? Ordinates means y coordinates. Which ordinates are appearing only once and which are appearing twice?
y naught and yn.
Y
Y naught and yn.
Are appearing only once.
n. The first and the last is appearing only once. प्लस बाकी सारे ऑर्डिनेट्स जो है इंटरमीडिएट,
तो
they are appearing twice. Okay, in the previous second last statement में आ जाएगा yn-2 plus yn-1, so that is also for 2 times it is appearing, so it will be simply y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus so on up to yn-1. This is called as trapezoidal rule. Have you understood this derivation?
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
This is 8 marks question, huh? 8 marks question. First you have to derive general quadrature formula and hence derive trapezoidal rule. Okay, so this is an 8 marks question. Please remember this. And this is very easy to remember. H by 2 into bracket, first and last coordinates, the extreme y values, plus 2 times all intermediate y values. Very easy to remember. Now we will have one example. Okay. I will take very simple example, easy example. Integrate okay, x cube. I am taking the function x cube dx So here function is given to you. Sometimes directly the function values will be given to you. Okay. So it is like this. X cube, I'm assuming, I don't know how this x cube will go. It will be something like this. So from 0 to 4 you have to integrate. Okay, 0 to 4. ऐसा कुछ आपका function होगा तो 0 to 4 and h you have to take 0.5. So you have to first find the number of subintervals. Accordingly, we will find x and y कितने होंगे, and then we will use them in the formula. Do you understand it, girls? We are finding area under the curve y equal to x cube. Okay? There is no response from your side. Now let us first calculate.
yes, ma'am.
Let us first calculate n. N is equal to, now here a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 4. And a is nothing but x naught. And b is nothing but xn, the last value. So n is b minus a upon h. So it is 4 minus 0 upon 0.5, that is equal to 8. 4 upon half is equal to 8. So 8 subintervals we will have. Actually, we do not require n in the formula. Do we require directly n in the formula? we require h only. Okay, but as we have this first point x0 and the last point xn, तो last point xn मतलब क्या होगा यहाँ पे x8 होगा. ये समझा क्या? n is 8.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो हमारे पास पॉइंट्स होंगे x एंड y. पहला होगा x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8. Okay, and then these y values are y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6, y7, and y8. So what are these values that we first want to find? Okay, what are x values? Can you tell me x values now? Can you tell me x values?
Zero
First x value will
point
x not
five
0, 0.5, 1.
point five 1.5 2 2.5 3 3.54.
हाँ, तो देखो आपको ये पहला जो आपको दिया गया है 0 to 4 आपका आना चाहिए आंसर. द फर्स्ट वैल्यू इज 0 एंड द लास्ट वैल्यू इज 4. ये आना चाहिए. ओके, नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट y वैल्यूज. सो व्हाट इज y0? व्हाट इज 0 का क्यूब? 0. y इज इक्वल टू एक्स क्यूब दिया है ना हमें. फंक्शन क्या दिया है?
Y equals to x cubed.
Yes. So 0 cube is 0. 0.5 cube. What is 0.5 cube?
0.125.
0.125.
0.125. 1 cube is 1. Now 1.5 cube.
3 3.375.
Yes, 3.375. 2 cube is 8.
15.625.
3 cube 27.
42.875.
32.875. And 4 cube
42,
is
ma'am.
64. 42.
Ma'am, it is 40. Yes, ma'am, 42.
Okay. 42.875.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and 4 cube is 64. Have you understood how to find out our points? Because this is very important step. You will get 2 marks to calculate these values. This is a 5 marks question. So 2 marks you will get to calculate these values if the function is given to you. If directly values are given, then marks are not allotted for these values again. Can we move ahead? Do you understand what is your y0, y1, y2?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us write the formula. And अभी हमारा n हमें पता चला है, n is 8. तो हम फॉर्मूला वहां तक ही लिखेंगे. So using trapezoidal rule, integration 0 to 4 x cube dx is equal to h by 2 into bracket y0 plus y8, the first and the last, plus 2 times y1 plus y2 plus up to कहाँ तक जाऊँ? yn minus
y7. y7.
7, correct. H value is 0.5 upon 2. What is y0? 0. 0 plus 64. plus all other values you have to take only once and multiply by 2. तो इनका समेशन क्या आता है? इन सब का समेशन हम करते हैं यहाँ पे, यहीं पे मैं कर लेती हूँ. 5 plus 5 10 plus 5 15 plus 5 20. So plus 2 4 plus 7 11 plus 2 13 plus 7 20. Is it 68? You have to leave the first and the last. Okay, do not consider 0, do not consider 64. Is it 68? The answer is 68. I think I made some mistake. I did not add 27.
98.
98.
98. Yeah. इसका आंसर 98 आ रहा है.
Yes, ma'am.
पक्का ना? क्योंकि 27 ऐड होना बाकी था.
हाँ मैम 98 ही आ रहा है.
98. Okay, correct. Now, so 2 into 98. So this is 0.5 by 2 is again 0.25 into bracket 64 plus 196. So 0.25 I can write as 1 by 4, right? And 64 plus 196 is 260.
260.
No,
And the final answer is
65.
5.
Huh?
Final answer is
65.
65.
65, right? And what is analytical answer? What is actual integration? Can you tell me? X cube.
64.
It is x raised to 4 by 4 integrated between 0 and 4. So it is 4 raised to 4 by 4. That is 4 raised to 3. That is 64. So our answer is 65. So error in our answer is 1 unit, right? Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So error 1 is mathematically big. If you want to minimize the error, what you can do is you can make smaller intervals. That means you can take h is equal to 0.25. So even smaller trapezoids you can take, trapeziums. So number of trapeziums would be more and error would be less in your answer. Okay, and you can modify your answer in the next rules, that is Simpson's 1/3 rule and Simpson's 3/8 rule. Have you understood trapezoidal rule?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so homework है आपका.
Yes, ma'am.
Find integration 0 to 1 1 upon 1 plus x square dx using trapezoidal rule. Take h is equal to 0.1. Okay. Have you written it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.